Hey guys, welcome back to the Evan Plays channel. My name's Evan, and today's video is going to be about a secure Minecraft bunker. But before I tell you more about that, I just want to apologize for not posting a video in a long time. I've been doing a lot of stuff with school and with after school stuff and sports and stuff like that, so I haven't had a ton of time to post a lot of videos. But I decided to make some special time for this one and make it a pretty good video because I haven't posted in a long time. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get on with it. Okay guys, so I don't have a list of items that you need for this because it's kind of hard to, I guess you would say, calculate it. But this is going to be the hidden entrance part. So first what we're going to do is put this this piston back here. This is going to be like the door area. So I'm just going to dig down here. It's going to be like, there's probably going to be a ladder in there. And I'm not decorating it yet because this is just the redstone part. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hook up this redstone, and I'll show you how to do it while I'm doing it because it should be pretty useful, and you can use it. You can use this pretty much anywhere, and it's a super cool little hidden entrance mechanism. So let me just find my piston here. Should be right around here somewhere. I'm actually going to take this block out so that it's easier to work with it. Let's see. It should be right. Yeah, right there. All right. So we're gonna have to start with that powered because that's where it has to stay powered so that when we unpower it with our hidden mechanism, this will open. So you see this is shut right now, but when we power this, this will get unstuck or unshut, I should say, or opened, however you want to put it. And you'll be able to go down into your secret base. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use a minecart hopper. And it's basically just going to be, I'm going to throw an item on top of this block that we're on right now. So I'm going to throw an item on top of this block, just like that. And the minecart hopper is going to pick it up, and it's going to open this. And we're going to be able to go down. And the reason that this is hidden is because normally it'll look like this. And you just see, like a normal person wouldn't just walk around and be like, I'm going to throw an item there. So the reason that that's so hidden is because we're the only person that's going to know that there's an item that can be thrown there and something will happen. Because people don't usually go around throwing around, they don't usually go around throwing items all over the ground. So if you are one of those people, you're probably going to get into a lot of these hidden bases, but if not, and you're a normal Minecraft player, you probably won't. So, okay, so this is actually one too high right now. This is it's a pretty simple redstone mechanism, even though it looks like it might be difficult. It's really not. It should be pretty basic stuff. I just might have to wire this a little differently. Okay guys, so it looks like I didn't have to wire it any differently. I just had to put a block above this redstone torch because as you can see the piston's right there, so that'll power it. So if you can hear it, you can hear it opening and shutting. So the reason that we want this on right now is, as I explained earlier, is because that means that this is shut. So we want this to be shut all the time that we're not trying to go in it. So now this next part should be relatively simple. If I just need to use this dropper. This will be what the comparator detects because the item is gonna I guess flow down into here. Because we're gonna have something like that, and then the block on top. So now, if you look at this, it should actually work already, just not the way we want. See? It opens already. But now what we have to do is get it so that it doesn't stay open, because as long as this item is in this dropper, it's gonna stay open. As you can hear it when it stays open. And when it closes. So now what we have to do is set up a little pulse extender, which we'll put right here, probably. Let me see. I'm gonna put an item in here just for now, so that I know if I know how much power I'm getting, or not how much power I'm getting, but I know that everything is powered. So now I'm gonna figure out how much timing this needs because I wrote it down somewhere, so I just have to find it, and I'll come back to you and I'll show you how much power. Or how many repeaters you need to make this work. Oh, whoops. Alright guys, after I freed myself from this little cave that I've made here, I got this to start working. So it's this little setup here. It's the comparator that you already saw, and then it's 8 repeaters. So there's a little bit of redstone dust back there that you probably can't see. I don't know if this will help at all, but yeah, you can see that little redstone dust there. So 8 repeaters all on 4 ticks going into a block into this dropper. So this is what should be the perfect amount of timing. So if we can test this right now, actually, and we'll be able to climb down the ladder, and then it'll shut right behind us pretty much. So this is actually pretty much it for the door opening, but now what I have to do is dig down here and find a way to get this item back, and then also I have to go back and figure out how to open this door from the bottom, because if we can't open it from the bottom, then we can't get out, and that's not very useful. So what you see me doing right now is, actually, I don't need to do this now that I think about it. Alright, so what my original plan was to have just put an item back into this dropper from down below. But that wouldn't work, because then the item would just come back out before we got up to the top. So so what I have to do now is probably find a way to reconfigure this thing to have a button down at the bottom that'll power this all again without using an item, I guess. Alright, I'll come back to you when I figure this out. Okay guys, this is the repeater configuration that I figured out. So there will be a button right here. I'm at the bottom of this thing, by the way. There'll be a button right here that will power this, and it'll go around to a redstone torch tower that goes up to the piston. So when we're climbing this ladder, we'll be going up, and then as soon as that redstone repeater timing gets to the torch tower, we'll be right at the top there, and we should be able to get out just fine. So what I'm going to do is put in that torch tower, and then I'll show you that, and then I'll put in the button and the ladders, and then I'll make sure everything is working, and I'll show you when I'm done. Alright guys, so this is the configuration that I worked out. I already showed you these repeaters, and what happens is they run into this redstone torch here, which eventually carries up this power. You can see off, on, and this is the one that's powering the piston right now. So what will happen is, here, I'll show you right now. I'm not gonna, alright, actually I will put a block here. I'll just make it a sea lantern, because when I close it, it gets really dark in here, so I don't want that to happen. So you can see that it's closed now. I put this ladder in here too, by the way, so just so that we could have, so I could show you the real thing. So if I press this and go up the ladder, it should open just in time. Yep. And then look at that, I'm out. And then we throw in this button, or not the button, the sea lantern, and we go in. And we pick up our sea lantern, because it dropped down this little tube here. Okay, so now that we got all the redstone figured out, we can move on to the building part of this, or the decoration part of this. So this is what I was going for. I was going for this big, wide open room. I might have to actually raise this up so that we have like a bottom here. But this is like the type of style that I was going for, would be this giant open room, so that we could have like an excuse to have a bunch of redstone stuff in here. So I'm trying to think of what I can do with this that won't be like bland, or something that's all stone. But I do think that this stone part looks really good here, because I really don't know. I just think I actually made the ceiling too low by accident now that I'm raising this floor up. But I just think that this looks really good, even though it's a lot of stone. Since they updated these blocks and made all these new different colors, I think it looks really good, because they're not all the same gray, but it's all gray, and I like the all gray style. So what I think I'm gonna do is, first I'm gonna decorate the room, and then we'll figure out how to fit like redstone like stuff, I guess, or redstone contraptions into these little boxes here. Or maybe I'll make a giant box for a giant thing, or something like that. So what I'm gonna do now is just make a big open room and fill in the walls with this, and find something for the floor. For the floor I was thinking just stone bricks, but it kind of matches with that, and I don't like that too much. And for up here I was thinking this stuff, and then have like some wood planks going across. So I'll figure it out, and I'll come back to you when I'm all done that decoration, and then we get to do the fun stuff, which is the redstone. Okay guys, so this is the finished room. Not as big as I probably would have wanted, or as I did want, Oh, and I actually just realized something. This is all one too far up. I knew that looked weird, but I figured it was just because it was longer than the rest. But no, it turns out it's actually one too far forwards. But if I'm being honest, I think this looks pretty good, and I hope that's not just because I spent 20 minutes drooling over the gray palette, you know, like because it's so beautiful. But I actually think this turned out pretty good, and I am far from like a pro Minecraft builder. So I think this is pretty good for what I could have done. Um, I haven't really thought about what I'm going to put where yet, but actually for this I have. So this is only temporary, really. What I'm going to have here is going to be an armor equipper. So it's basically a minecart that starts right here, and you go through, and it has detector rails that power dispensers that shoot armor onto your inventory right there, and it puts it on you. So you would do that in like a time of need. You'd be like, or like, what am I saying? In a time of need, like in a crisis, you'd hop up here, press the button, and you'd go around and you'd get a helmet, chest plate, pants, boots, sword, out. You know. So I think that's what I'm gonna do first. I'm not gonna do that on camera, but I will show you how it works because I actually don't know exactly how to build it yet. So I'm gonna do some research on YouTube, and then I'm gonna see if I can come up with anything better myself. And then I'll show you the finished product, and hopefully it turns out pretty good. Okay, guys, so this is the finished product. I'm gonna cover this up eventually, or actually right after I'm done showing you how it works. But the first part that I want to show you is this, which is the collection system. So it's after you're done. The minecart hits this cactus, goes into these hoppers down here, and I think this is really smart because there's one minecart here. So when I press this, it gives me that minecart, but now there's one back in here, and that's because when you press that button, it also powers this block, which I thought was really smart of me, but is actually probably pretty simple, and I just don't know that because I'm not, you know, a Minecraft pro yet. But there's all these detector rails in here, and they will power those dispensers and hopefully equip me with all diamond armor and a diamond sword. So let's see. Yep, it looks like I got it. All diamond armor, diamond sword. My card's gone, and it's back in there. And then that part is the one minecart is back up in there. So everything pretty much resets itself except for this. I was going to install like a refilling system, but it's probably not worth it since it's so simple, and um, I'm not gonna be using this base because this is just for a video and for pretty much just showing you all the things that you can do in this hidden base. But if I was going to do a refill system, what I would do would just have a chest here, like a double chest with a hopper going into the back of this, and then I have to take out the blocks above it. And then you could just put in a whole double chest full of diamond swords, diamond boots, pants, chest plate, helmet. So right now I'm going to figure out what else I can do in here, but I think this is a pretty good start to this underground bunker, and hopefully it just gets better from here. Okay guys, so for this contraption, what I did was I made a food dispenser. But the way I did that was I used a wooden button for a longer pulse, and I put it into two pistons with observers, and observers facing into these droppers. So the way this works is it's pretty much all just for convenience. So whenever I killed cows or something, I would just put the food in these dispensers instead of in the storage system, which I also made, and I'll get to later. Then I just press this button, and this gives me a whole stack of food so that I can just go right on my way. Or no, not a whole stack. Yeah, what am I saying? It gives you half a stack. And so this is just so that I can be right on my way. I can go out and do my end raiding or mining or whatever I was going to do. And I don't really have to spend a ton of time on my base if I just forgot food and that was the only thing I needed. So now onto the storage system. The reason I did this chest storage system, which I actually have to clean up a little bit. The reason I did this chest storage system is because there's not a lot you can do with storage systems in PS4 Minecraft. It's really just, this is pretty much the max for like a starter base. There's not a ton of ways you can do shulker dispensers or stuff like that you can do in Java. But I actually might try that here. So, but yeah, that's the only reason that I made this was just for simplicity and convenience, really. You know, you don't want to be spending a ton of time in this base as it is. And so this is just really it looks pretty nice, and it's really just for easiness and quickness. So what I'm going to try to do is make that shulker system, and then over here will be where the bedroom and that type of stuff is. Maybe have like a maybe like a smelting area or like a crafting area. And then that should probably be it. But I'm gonna try to find out if there's any way I can do this shulker system, and if not, I'll just tell you when I'll just come back to you when I'm finished the bedroom here. Okay, guys, so this is the finished product. You got your bed here. You got your necessities, your ender chest, your crafting table, another crafting table, some of the other new crafting things, and some furnaces. And then all this stuff is you already saw, except for this. This is ender pearls now, and this is food. I couldn't find anything for the shulker box storage system, so I just replaced it with another quick dispenser, which is for ender pearls. So if we go on a little tour here, you have the armor equipper, you have your food, you have your ender pearls, you have your tiny little storage system, which is pretty much perfect size for this size of base, and then you have your little bedroom. You have your all your necessities, your personal stuff, and so this is pretty much complete. It actually is complete. This hidden entrance still works perfectly, so nobody's ever going to even find you down here. See, look at that. Opens perfectly, and it's all sealed away, all tucked away. Nobody's ever going to find it. So I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed it enough, please leave a like and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. And I'll see you next time.